Hey guys, Jacob Jones here. Welcome back to another edition of my WWE save. We are currently on Monday, May 18th, 2026. There are only 13 days left until the Clash in Italy, and we have three shows to build. We have three shows to book. Main event, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. And let me tell you, I'm very excited for today's Raw and SmackDown, so we're just going to jump into it. Alright, I'm gonna skip this. Let's see, where do we go today? Ah, we haven't been here recently. We haven't been here at all, I don't. Let's go to West Virginia. I like West Virginia. Locker room incidents, what's new there? According to others backstage. Good for them. Apollo Crews and Lara Valkyria. Yeah, yeah, I could see it. Yep, no surprises here. Once again, Big E does not have the action figures that Macrodona would like. Training. Titus O'Neil being Titus O'Neil. Yep. Protege stuff. Protege stuff. Always good. Always good. Alright, you know the drill for main event. One Raw match, one SmackDown match, and there's also two NXT versus a brand match. Today, the lucky winners of that lottery will be going in for Raw. I think I'd want to do a repeat performance, but I'm actually going to give the honor to. I'm going to give the honor to Ariana Grace. I think Ariana Grace would be a great addition here. And for the men, who do I want for the men today? Lots of good options here. Very good options, actually. Um, let's do. Oh, Ricky Stokes, Brad Miller. Yeah, no, that just works. That just works. So, your opening contest, I think we can make this Raw versus Raw, and we will get the Women's Speed title defended, finally. Because it has admittedly been a little bit since that title was defended. So, that's going to be changing today. So, Natty Neidhart, let's get you going up against. Wow, nothing. Uh, we did just call somebody up for the night, so let's just do them. If I can find them. Silly. Silly little thing. Well, it's gonna be an interesting match. It's Natty Neidhart versus Ariana Grace for the Speed Championship. Well, uh, this certainly is a match. I'll say that much. It is definitely a match. This gets 10 minutes. You know the drill by now. And let us have. Oh, there's a quick ad. Yeah, I might need that today because, well, there's a lot that's going on. It is a bit late in the night, so have to hurry things up a little. We're gonna get that fatal four way from last week's show mentioned here. You know, I really like that we have this too. I'll make this a 3 minute thing. There we go. Very good, very good. Let's see. We can probably do SmackDown versus SmackDown versus an NXT talent. I like that. Oh, and this is perfect for us. This will be the wrong brand. Oh, no, this is right. Awesome. All right, Otis Tozawa, Alpha Academy, going up against Vanity Project. So Brad Baylor and Ricky Stokes. No Jackson Drake today, just them. And it'll be a rare victory for the Alpha Academy. I'll give the win to. I'll give the win to Akira. Because he doesn't really win them off that much. Give him a nice little win. Should be good there. Let's see. We'll let them cut a happy little promo together. I think that's fun. Yeah, just let the two of them have a good old time. Let's do another angle real quick. This time, as you can see here, this is a pretty nice little thing, honestly. Assuming it wants to cooperate with me, sometimes it may not want to. In the case it doesn't, I will try to fill up the airtime as best I can, or I could just pause. Yeah, I think. Yeah, my copy of Total Extreme Wrestling does that. So I'm just going to pause here. I will come back to you when this is working properly. And we're back. Sorry about the delay, everyone. My copy of TEW occasionally stalls on itself sometimes. That is fine. It happens. No big deal. And I think it might be. Nope. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. We are fine. Um, we'll do Randy Orton and Finn Balor video recap. That makes sense to me. Cool, cool. Alright. We can do Raw v Raw now. I like that. And for that, let's have Tama Tonga. I like that. Tama Tonga going up against. Give me. Hiromu would be interesting. You know what? I'll do that. The rare. This will be an interesting match. And I will give the win to Hiromu. Gonna try and keep him strong while I can. And then for your next video package, we'll just have Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, along with Galeno Del Mal and El Hijo de Wagner Jr. One of the things that were brought up. This all makes sense to me. I'll move this up to 3 minutes. That's fine. And your main event for the evening. You know what? I think this would be a great match if it were to ever happen. And it helps that the guys in question, they have really gotten over. Let's do Chad Gable and Axiom for the Speed Championship. And because I know for sure they're going to have a great match together, let them steal the show. Axiom will continue his little streak here. let them steal the show, go crazy with it, and afterwards, Axiom and Chad Gable will show respect after the match, because ideally this will be a very, very good match. That's your show. Let's see how we did. Ooh, bad way to start the show. Woof. That's a 37. Yeah. Ariana Grace, you are not ready. Granted, given the circumstances, you kind of got shit on. I can fix that. Just make this lift the crowd. 63. That will do. 44, this did its job. Otis was the best performer of the bunch. Vicky Smokes, Bat Baylor, definitely still learning. They will get there with time, I imagine. 52, 66, 49 for this. Understandable. 38, 58. Hey, that's pretty good. Chad Gable got a 72. Axiom with a 56. Chad Gable did a great job going all out. So did Axiom. Obviously, face heel thing was a bit wonky, but good match to end the show. 57 there. Let's hold that Booker meeting. 113. Let's do some character ideas here. Safe bet. What will this be? A bit of a gamble. We can make it work. And that'll do. What else do we have here? No new locker room incidents. Good to know. No need to address the locker room. Alright. So we have 15 pre-booked segments that I can pick from. So let's do it. And you know what? I think I know where I want to start with this. We're going to start with the Women's IC Championship. No, actually, not the IC Championship. We are going to start with this. I like this as our starting point. So, Mike Santana, once again, he is trying to call out Gunther, tells him that he wants that match. He wants to show Gunther that he belongs in that ring with him. Doesn't get him. Instead, he will get JC Mateo as offered up by Tamatonga, or Tamatonga, I should say. Tells him, hey, you want to prove you're tough? Go up against JC Mateo. That gets done. We have our first matchup of the evening, and it will be Mike Santana versus JC Mateo. And Mike Santana will get the win in a 10-minute match. Very nicely done by them. Next up, let us see here. What could I do next? Let's do this one actually. I like that. So we go backstage. No, this is in the ring. This is not right. Let's make this backstage, because that's where it should be. Very good. Go backstage. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, they're in the back. They see Chris Sabin. He's trying to figure something out. Alex Shelley has not spoken to him since last week, and he's getting a little worried. He wants to make things right with Alex, even though things have been very tense between the two of them. Usos think they can help out with that, so they're going to get something set up for next week. So whatever that is, hopefully it will be a good thing, whatever that may be. Okay, and speaking of things that will be, let us do a tag match now. And for this, we're going to need some enhancement talent. Let's see, who could we bring? Oh, there's a lot of good options here. And a stinky option. You shouldn't be here, Gunner. You're a jackass. Get out of here. Let's do... Selling up here. BK Westbrook. I like that. You'll be face for today. And we blue. Shannon Moore. Hello, Shannon Moore. And your Shane Helms improved. That is cool. This will be a tag match. Pretty nice little tag match here. Gets the newly healed Street Profits. Fun little win. Let me just bring him up proper. There's one. Where's BK? There's BK. Marcus Ford goes from the heavens. He can dominate, but I'm not gonna give him that. So they will get that win. And we will say Street Profits will celebrate their win. Timeless want a match for... No, actually, Timeless get revenge for last week. If you recall, Street Profits tried to welcome the Timeless to Raw. They got into it. They beat them down instead. So this is them getting a bit of revenge for that. And this will give Shinsuke and Hiromu a victory over the Street Profits. Very nicely done. We'll see how they feel about it. They're okay with it. Excellent news. Excellent news indeed. Let's see. Next up. We're going to go to Adam Pearce in his office. And then the door opens. We see Drew McIntyre. He's cleared. He can compete tonight. He will be facing Obafemi tonight. So that match is official. So we'll advance that storyline. Fun times for us all. We won't go to that match just yet because I would like to do a vignette introducing one of the new tag teams here. Well, we assume it's a tag team. We're not entirely sure. What? Hold on. That's the wrong hee-ho. Oh no. It's the wrong hee-ho. It is not El Hijo de Dr. Wagner. It's El Hijo de Pequeño. Silly. But yeah. This essentially introduces this group. I imagine it being like them in like some sort of dark place here. Very Norse-like. And they are just talking about their allegiance and how it came to be. Pequeño, he saw Ivar Hansen out on the streets. He was alone. He had lost his friend. So he offered to bring him along. And so they could start their own little thing. They call themselves Nuevo Ojo. Or, I believe, the New Eye. And they are going to keep their eyes on all of WWE. Fun, fun, fun times for all. Yeah, I think now is a good time to do this. So Joe Henry is going to host a concert here, and this time the concert will be about his opponent for the evening, Tony D'Angelo. and he is going to do a cover of Speak Softly Love. Instead, he calls it Speak Softly Dumb so no one hears you when you cry. When Joe Henry beats you in that ring among these eyes. All that good stuff. Tony D'Angelo comes out. He's not happy about this. He wants some blood. And they are going to get a match tonight. This will go 11 minutes. Might want to get rid of this. Because Dominic Mysterio will distract Joe Henry. And he will help Tony D'Angelo win the match. Joe Henry will become strong to be safe. And they are very happy about this. Dominic and Tony celebrate getting one up on Joe Henry. You knew it was coming, obviously. Can't have him just keep doing this forever, but it is what it is. So that storyline going to continue on. Dom Dom still does not believe in Joe Henry. Not at all. I think, what do I want to do? Let's have Bianca check up on Stephanie Valkyrie before her match with Jade Cargill. Just trying to make sure she's going to be alright. And she will be alright, of course. She is focused on making sure Jade Cargill gets a measure of payback for all that's happened with them as of late. Sounds like a good bit of business. Cargill off screen. This gets like 2 minutes, I would say. Doesn't need to be anything more or less. And we will indeed be getting that match next. This is Stephanie Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill. Your storytelling matchup of the evening. I think the story of it is watch out for Bianca Belair is here. She is going to keep watch out in case Liv Morgan tries anything. She does indeed try something late into the match, and she winds up distracting Liv Morgan. Stephanie Valkyrie. Jade Cargill hits the Jaded, picks up a much needed win for herself, and Liv Morgan will saunter off and gloat about what she did. So this feud of ours, it is continuing. It is ever going. It is ever lasting. Yes, we would like to save. Let's see. What else could we do? Okay, yeah. Now is probably a good time to... You know what? No. I want to showcase a little bit of the El Grande Americano Javon Evans feud. So, El Grande Americano, we're going to get a vignette showing El Grande Americano training from all over the world. We see him in Mexico. We see him in Japan. We see him in the UK. And he is just trying to prove himself here. He is fighting a bunch of dummies out there. And he is trying to show the world that he is a true Intercontinental fighter as he goes up against Javon Evans at Clash in Italy. Some very bouncy lucha things in it. Alright, now we will get to that. Now we will get to this. Going to have an in-ring interview with Becky Lynch and Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca, she has now defeated Becky Lynch twice, and people are wondering what is next for her. What are her next steps as Intercontinental Champion? Gives a pretty typical thing. She is going to try and fight as many comers as possible. All that good stuff. Then Becky comes out. She's still going on about how, oh, my foot was around the rope. That should not have counted. I should be the IC champion, all that good stuff. So, she not believe she still won't give it a rest. But eventually they do come to an agreement. Next week, last Raw before Clash at Italy, they'll have another match. They'll have one more match to determine the champion. But if Becky loses this match, that's it. She can't challenge for it again as long as Sol is champion. So if doing what Becky did to Lara Valkyria in real life, I believe. So that's something to keep your eyes on. Alright. Okay, we got some big hitters coming up. You know what? I think this is a good time to get this match taken care of. Yeah, so we're going to go into gorilla position. Oba Femi, he has heard that Drew McIntyre is now cleared. He sees what is coming. He hopes that Drew is ready for the fight of his life. Yeah, he's hoping he's ready for the fight of his life. Because tonight, he's dying tonight. And he's going to go back into where he was. So, fun times around. Drew McIntyre will come up. And these two are just going to have a big ass wild brawl in the end. Oba Femi will win that wild brawl. But even after all of that, Drew McIntyre is able to get up on his feet, brain him with a claymore, and the feud keeps going, baby. This feud just keeps on coming. These two big men, they are brawling, they are rocking. They're just going to town on each other. My goodness. I will say after that, you know what? Let's do a small little thing with Danhausen, trying to figure out what being a 24/7 champion is like. So, have him do a little video. He's just roaming around. He's getting into random shenanigans, trying to figure out what it is like to be a 24 divided by 7 champion. So far, he hasn't quite figured that all out yet. Eventually, he will get there. Just not today. Alright, we're gonna go in the ring now, where we see Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. They are ready for their matchup against Hammerstone and whoever his partner may be. They are interested. And Hammerstone will march down to the ring. But he is not alone, as he has brought a friend with him, as brought up for last week. And who is that man, you ask? Why, it's Richard Holiday. He's going to have a nice little promo here, introducing himself. And he's introducing himself. He calls himself the most marketable man in all of professional wrestling and now of sports entertainment. Just going to give some clips towards the look of Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown, saying they look like a bargain bin wrestler guys that you could find in a dollar store. Something like that. Basically, just trying to get as much heat against them as possible. And he formally introduces his team up with Hammerstone. They are the Dynasty. That is what they have been for their entire lives. Their business arrangement goes a long ways back. Yeah, they've been at it for a fair little bit. So there's that taken care of. We are indeed going to have that match now. And let's just be honest with ourselves here. This is essentially a squash. This is a squash match designed to get the Dynasty their first win together in the WWE. All good for them. Way to go. Let's see. 53 minutes. I'm definitely going to need a little bit. You know what? You know what? We have not done him at all. We've not showcased him yet. Let's do so right now. And so Adam Pearce back in his office gets a knock on the door. We see Duke Hudson. Yes, the former Chase U graduate. He is trying to get back into WWE. He's just trying to get himself back in the door. They talk about it for a little bit. Adam Pearce tells him next week that he can have a match. Anyone of his choosing. Duke Hudson. Perfectly fine with that. We'll find out who that person is when we get there. I think I am going to need another match of some kind. We'll have Gunther. Let's have Gunther be interviewed by Kathy Kelly about what Mike Santana said earlier on in the night. Gunther is still not interested in fighting Mike Santana. He just does not understand, and he just does not want to fight him. He does not believe he is worthy. Simple as that. And as far as he's concerned, that's never going to change. But he'll have to think about that as he goes up again. Who would be a good opponent for Gunther? Oh dear. Heath, I'm sorry, man. You're dying tonight. You will die to the hands of the ring general Gunther. This is just Gunther beating the ever-loving piss out of Heath Slater for like 5 minutes. It is about as squashity a squash match as you can get. He can dominate. This will do perfectly fine. So, after the match, we have Bayley getting ready for her matchup tonight. She's going up against Liv Morgan. And she's going to come across a familiar face. It's Cora Jade. Now, apparently, in this game, Cora Jade, the protege, one of the proteges of Bayley, and they're talking. Cora Jade brings up the possibility of maybe helping her out with the Zarya problem. But Bayley, she is fine with it. She's fine with it. She has tackled monsters before. This is just another one. She thinks that the problem can work itself out. She knows what to do regarding it. So that's something to keep your eyes out for. That story is going to keep going. We booked that segment. We're good. We're going to go in the ring. 13-minute match. Solid match between the two of them, hopefully. Liv Morgan will win thanks to the distraction by Zarya. And Zarya will indeed attack Bayley, showing that she does indeed need a little help with this situation. And now we get our main event of the evening. Jacob Fatu is looking for another challenger for his open challenge. He is defending the World Heavyweight title every week. And today, he's going to be defending it against El Hijo de Pequeño Jr. And because I believe they can do it, these two are going to try and steal this show. Should be an absolute spectacle between the two of them. In the end, though, Jacob Fatu will claim the win. This will be his first real challenge as a champion. Can he elevate other wrestlers? And the show will end with Jacob Fatu standing tall. So that will close us out. Book that segment. Hooray. Let's get a little bit of pre-show set up. Nothing crazy here. Exclude those booked. Couple matches we do need to get done. Let's do Hudson versus Ivor Hansen. I like that. I like that a lot. Ivor can get a win here. Showcase the new partnership with Pequeño. And another match we could do. Give me Lucha Bros? Yeah, Lucha Bros can do. We do still have Brad Baylor and Mickey Smokes. No, actually, we have Orion, we have an El Grande. Just let them do flippy shit. And Penta can get the win. Let him pin Ryo. Alright. And one more pre-show match, and then I think we'll be set. Give me Dragon Lee versus Tom Lawler. Alright, that works. Dragon Lee, Tom Lawler. Dragon Lee picks up a nice win. Everyone is happy. And we're good to go. Let's start our show. 51 between the two of them. Duke Hudson really off his game here. Hannah 36, Ivor Hansen 54. Decent little pre-show match. 62 for... Uh-oh, that's a broken hip. That's a broken hip from these two here. That's not good. So that's a broken hip from El Grande Americano. No one's fault from what it looks like. Dragon Lee picking up the win with Tom Lawler. That's a 60 overall. Let the show begin. 58 for this. Maybe not the best way to start the show, but hopefully we can get a good match out of it. 59. That's fine. Perfectly fine. I will take it. 71 here. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Oof. Lots of people getting injured today. That is a 38. Montez Ford with a fractured cheekbone. Not fun. No one's fault, thankfully. 65 here. 68 here. 48. 88 here. Joe Hendry does it again. He gets the crowd hot. He gets them ready for this match with Tony D'Angelo. It's not really much of a match in terms of ratings, honestly, but 59 will do just fine by 75 here. That most likely got capped. 65 and a 64 here. Decent match. Jay Cargill. Not the best performance, but not terrible. What matters is that she did the best she could. 71 here. I love to see it. 57. So doesn't look like that had to be changed at all. 73. That got the crowd high, which you love to see. 75. And now, oh, 81 for this match. That could very well have been your main event for the evening in another time. Even then, excellent match between those two. Excellent match. And a 91 here. Holy shit. That's one of the hot feuds of the time. They are just going at it like two rabid lions. Beautiful stuff. 62 did what it needed to do. 63, let's look at Mr. Holiday's gimmick. Most marketable man, great rating, and it's very marketable. He will sell merchandise, as I would hope so, given his gimmick. So this worked out beautifully. 41 here. This did what it needed to do. It got Holiday and Hammerstone introduced. It showcased Iguana and Psycho Clown, who actually did alright for themselves. It did what it needed. 56 here. Drew Hudson will get a match. 71 for the Gunther interview, as you would expect. 51, and Gunther and Slater did not click. That's a shame. It resulted in Gunther not having his best performance here, but it was still a very well executed squash. Nothing to complain about. 54 here. 63 for the match. I will gladly take that. 49 for that angle. It's fine. And this one gets a 76 here. Let's see what that main event does. 72. The match suffered from a lack of psychology. It really could have used somebody with the knowledge of how to construct a proper low. So, basically, these two did not have the psychology to go that long. They were able to go all out, though, which is good, at least. Even way, Jacob Fatu comes out strong in the end. And that is a 79 for us. Pretty solid show, all things considered. Very solid show. Let's look at this. Oh, El Grande Americano is out for 86 days. That means his match with Javon Evans will have to be canceled. That is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that it has to happen this way, but nothing you can do about it. Montez Ford does have a fractured cheekbone, but he will be fine. That can be worked through. Made a lot of money from that. Didn't really gain any popularity. Didn't lose any popularity. Perfectly fine by us. So that was Monday Night Raw. Oh boy. Very good show, all things considered. Very, very good show. Just gonna let this blow on by. And we're also gonna look and see if any of the wrestlers have anything they want to say regarding the show. And their fellow man wrestlers. Looking at the contracts they're getting built up. There's Christopher Daniels, one of the best cruiserweights to ever do it. Lots of fun, lots of fancy. The random incidents are coming up. And here they are. Alright, let's see here. Developmental contract is ending for Ariana Grace. I'm gonna get that re-signed in a jiffy. She is very important to us. I would like to see her on the main roster someday. Will it happen? We'll find out. Okay. Okay. Doesn't look like anyone has any opinions or thoughts. Is Austin Theory requesting to come back from developmental? Sorry, buddy. And usual suspects. Alright. That seems to be everything taken care of. But, uh, we do have some signees here. There is one man who I am looking to bring to developmental. I kind of have to hurry on them because they are 34. The person in question, this is Jack Talos. He's one of the people I'm looking to sign. He's 34, so my thinking is I have to get him in developmental quickly, get his basics up, hopefully get his psychology up, because once the time comes to bring him up, he is going to be excellent. A great Montreal for us. Alright. Well, that will do for Raw. I am going to take a little bit to get us to SmackDown. I will see you there. And we're back. Alright, so first things first. We do have some contract signings we need to do. Keep. Oh, and I also want to showcase something before we get to SmackDown proper. Yep. That. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest member of NXT, Talos. Welcome aboard, my friend. You are the newest member of NXT proper. May your time here in this company be fruitful. Check these here. Ooh, any luck. Hopefully she's alright. Alright. Let's get to the show. Skip this. Alright. Where are we going next? Not Puerto Rico. We haven't been to the Southwest, but I want to hold on. Great Lakes. Yeah. Back to New England we go. For Heidi Ho. And we will go to the Total Mortgage Arena. That was one of the sites for one of the takeover events. Awesome. We have 117 creative energy here. Let's see. All looks good. For most 117. Let's see what we can come up with. Give me a storyline idea. That's a bit of a gamble. I can work with that. Angle idea. And this one's for Trick Williams. Also a bit of a gamble. We can make it work. One of the locker room incidents of the day. Huh. Nathan Frazier and Ricky Saints. Over Greek mythology. You know what? I dig it. Yeah, that's pretty consistent with Titus O'Neil and Johnny Gargano. I respect that. Brother, stop. Big E, I am in the middle of booking the show. I cannot deal with this right now. Neither can Bruce, apparently. Or Jonathan Gresham. Cool. Alright. There is something I do need to address, actually. Because there has been some trouble regarding one AJ Styles. If you are wondering what that's all about, look at all this here. Do you see all these negative opinions this poor guy has? You're turning the entire... Someone is turning the locker room against him. That someone being Paul Heyman. Now, I know you have beef with AJ Styles, but there is no reason that you should be going around trying to spread rumors about this guy. So, knock it off. And it looks like it got through to him. Okay, that's good. I think that's probably the end of it then. We will only see. So, how do we start this episode of SmackDown? Let us begin with a special edition of the Grayson Waller Effect. Grayson Waller, he is hosting the Grayson Waller Effect because he is going to try and get Ricky and Ethan to get along, and they are just going to go on and remind everyone about their history on NXT, what they have been doing up until their call-ups to the main roster. So it gets tense. Looks like they're going to fight for a moment. And then CM Punk and LA Knight, they're coming in to break up the celebration, or the argument as it were. And it looks like things are going to get troublesome. And then we have a fight between Punk, Page, Knight, and Saints. Grayson Waller is a coward, however, and he is going to run off. So that just leaves Saints and Page to fight as best they can. We cut backstage, where Finn Balor is interviewed by Megan Morant. Basically, Finn Balor must prove that he is worth fighting the Viper. He must show the Viper that it is worth it to give him a match at Clash at Italy. So, you are probably asking yourself, how are we going to do that? How are we going to show that Finn Balor deserves a shot at Ilya Dragunov? I mean, Randy Orton. How do we show that? I'll show you. This man is going to have a 25-minute match with Ilya Dragunov, the last person that challenged him. And the reason I'm making it a spectacle is because these guys could absolutely do it if they wanted to. If they ever got that chance, they could pull it off. In the end, Finn Balor wins an absolute war of a match. They will shake hands. Holy hell, what a match. I'd hope. And then afterwards, we are going to get another part of the Pat McAfee project. This time, Pat McAfee, he wants to try and understand where everyone's heads are at. He wants to understand why we suck. They're trying to understand what's going on here. Candice LeRae, she feels like she's losing her husband with how depressed and how often he seems to be blinking. So Sikoa, meanwhile, he lost his bloodline. He doesn't know where to take himself from here. Johnny Gargano actually gets a pretty emotional, passionate moment for himself. Talking about losing Ciampa to AEW. Doesn't mention that outright, but it's implied. He feels like he's letting his fans down. He feels like he's letting his friends down. All that sort. And just losing himself and what he was. Everyone is a bit surprised at him, like, full on revealing that. And then Rusev's just like, damn, I just lost a couple matches. So that just breaks up the tension, at least for a little bit. So, hooray for that. So that gets all done and dusted. let's do. Let's have Paul Heyman formally introduce his two newest clients, El Hijo de Wagner Jr., Galeno del Mal, Los Wagner Bros. He's basically just putting them over, telling them that they are the greatest exports of Mexico today, and we are going to find ourselves some people to borrow from NXT. Because I feel like that will be easier for me today. And today, the unfortunate hapless souls that will have to go up against the Los Wagner Bros. Well, hate to do this to you boys. It is going to be Jack Cartwheel and Sean Legacy. Oh dear, you poor unfortunate souls. Yeah, no surprise here. Los Wagner brothers are going to mop the floor. They're going to mop the floor with them. We'll let Wagner get the win here. Easy win for them. Does not need to be anything more or anything less. What else could we do? What would be a good way to go about this? I think we can do a little vignette, like formally introducing the new tag team of the Fairy and the Falcon. And this one's probably going to be like a very mysterious looking one. Probably talking about how at one point in time, Alexis Bliss used to be the Fairy, while Lyra Valkyria today is known as the Falcon. They know that things going on with Fatal Attraction have been tense, and they have decided they are going to be joining forces for the foreseeable future. So they will be teaming up together for the foreseeable future, and we will see them team up coming up next, as they will be going up against That Is Not the Right Match, Los Tóxicos, Flamer, Lady Maravilla. This is just a showcase of the new tag team. They will get a win here. They will get a very good win here. Let's do an interview with Orton regarding Finn Balor. And he's going to get an interview. Yeah, he's going to get an interview from Megan Morant. He admits he saw the match. It was very impressive of Finn Balor to take Ilya Dragunov, his former champion, to that level. But he is still convinced that when push comes to shove, he will have that win. He thinks he can win that match. And you know what? I'm going to throw this in for measure. We're going to see Randy seeing Birthright. That's Charlie Dempsey and Lexis King. And he's just going to give them a small little nod. Just letting them know. Giving like a subtle nod to them. Just letting them know that he personally is in favor of what they have been doing as of late. So, a little bit of endorsement for him. Good for him. We'll get a couple storylines. Follow up this or something. What's next? We get a lot of matches today. You know what? Let's do this one next. This one makes sense. This will be for the women's tag team titles. It's the Irresistible Forces trying to regain their titles from the Kabuki Warriors. And it looks like there's a chance for them to do so, but then Blake Monroe is going to distract them. And Asuka locks Nia Jackson in the Asuka lock. Kabuki Warriors, still your tag team champs. Alright. Just hooray. After that, commercial break. Actually, let's do another Spitfire vignette. Feel like that makes sense here. And I'm going to say they are making their official SmackDown debut next week. I think enough time has passed. Now is probably a good time for them to finally get their moment. So, that is happening. Then we go backstage. Irresistible Forces, they're not happy about all this. They think this is a bunch of bullshit. How could you do this to us? What the hell is wrong with you? All that stuff. Tiffany's gonna come in, just try and, hear Blake out as she's trying to defend herself. Just Blake was trying to get a better view of the match. Tiffany trying to jump in, try and help out with that. And eventually, Lash storms out. Blake just looks at Tiffany, just annoyed as shit. Not much you can do about that. Okay, now let's be honest with ourselves. I cannot have Garza and Orton go. That is a mistake. I don't think I can have that in good conscience. But I will do this. After we're gonna go backstage. Angel Garza getting ready for probably the biggest match of his entire WWE career. When Paul Heyman comes up to him, he tells him that he's been watching what he's been doing recently, and he genuinely wishes him the best in this match, even if he doesn't win the title. Getting close to him would do a world of good for his career. And it will do a world of good for his career. WWE Championship is indeed on the line. And Angel Garza, in my head, I think he's getting very close to putting away Randy Orton. He might even get the wing clipper on Orton. Almost gets the win. Orton kicks out. And then Orton does the RKO. Hooray. And then we get that stare down between Randy Orton and Finn Balor, while Randy Orton does finally acknowledge Angel Garza being legitimate. Alright, yeah, I think I am not going to have enough time to do everything Yeah, I think I'm going to need to add more things to this. Let's do... I have an idea. Oh, I know what I'm doing. So, here's what we're doing. So, we're gonna have Nathan Frazier and Axiom get to the ring. And they want Seth Rollins to come down to the ring because they have something in mind for him. They really appreciate his mentorship. They really appreciate all that he has done for them. So they want to do something special for him. They want to Axiom would be honored if he faced Seth Rollins for the Speed Championship tonight. Alright. And Seth, he thinks about it. He asks the audience if that's what they want to see. That is what they want to see. We got ourselves a match, boys. We got a match, my friends. But this is another match where it's two guys who are very good in the ring. I am going to give them time. Also, Axiom is getting very over with the crowd. Now, this is going to present an interesting problem here. What do I do with this match? You know what? I need time. Go 18 minutes. But I am having Seth Rollins win. But it is disqualification. It is disqualification. And the way I am doing this is Braun Breaker will come in. He will spear the living daylights out of Seth Rollins. Oh no. Oh no. Disaster is coming. And Braun will continue to attack Seth and Axiom. Nathan will eventually make the save, though. So that will take care of that. Get that set up for you. I'm not going to do the names here. I think we know what's going on there. Braun, give him a win over Seth and Axiom. I feel like that makes sense. We'll give Nathan a minor win over Braun. Nothing major. He'll live. Okay. I think we... What the fuck are you still doing here? Did I not book you? Okay. I don't know what that was all about, but I guess I must have forgotten to book that match. No big deal. That's on the card now. Hooray. Hooray. Yeah, let's do the Julia stuff now. Just trying her best to block out all this anger and frustration over being essentially humiliated by the Kabuki Warriors as of late. And then the Kiana stuff. She's dealing with a lot of pressure right now. Io is trying to be there for her as best she can, but Julia's just not having that. She's not having that. For whatever reason. Oh boy. This fucking match. This is going to be chaos to end all chaos. So, let's just try and piece this together. So, Kiana James wins. The way we get there, I think this is actually pretty close to start off with, and then things just go off the walls here. Kabuki Warriors come in. Warriors come in. They are just taunting at Julia. They're just being fucking assholes to her. Mainly Asuka. And then, while all that's going on, eventually, as that's going on, there's a ref bump. Oh god, we got a ref bump, boys. Yeah, we got a ref bump. Oh no, this is not good. And we don't know what the heck's going on here. Io comes in to attack Kiana James. Things are going crazy. But, at the dying moments of the match, Kiana, she's stumbling. Julia looking poised to try and finish this. But, from the crowd, hops in a mysterious person. They are masked. They hand him a crowbar. Or whatever the Big Boss Man used for his day. The man takes off the mask. It's Mustafa Ali. Oh god. Mustafa Ali is here. Kiana James, she is the benefactor. Kiana James cracks that thing on the Julia 401k. It is one of the damnedest things you will ever see. Kiana, you are... Mustafa Ali is the benefactor. And Julia has hit rock bottom. By God. By God. And out there, Asuka, Kairi, they're doing crazy things. They're just laughing at the situation. Julia's out there too. And we'll say Brutus, Julius, they're doing bodyguard stuff. It is insanity. It is absolute. It is a very intense scene here between all parties involved. And then finally, Lord Almighty, we get our main event of the evening. And it is going to be Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes. But first, Sami Zayn going to give a promo talking about his newfound philosophy. He says that he himself is not bad. The world himself just made him this way. He's talking about honesty and loyalty. He believes those things. And that anyone who disagrees, they are lying to you. And he tells Carmelo, if Trick is honest, he'll save him before his fall. So that match will indeed happen. Carmelo Hayes, Sami Zayn. You know what? No, not clean. Fuck that. No, not clean. Tainted. Have him cheat to win. Show off the new side of his. Sami Zayn will beat Carmelo Hayes, though. After that match, Carmelo Hayes is going to keep attacking Carmelo. Just trying to beat him down. And then, look, that Trick. It's Trick Williams. Here to make the save. He fakes up. He goes to work. Goes to work on Sami Zayn. Beating him down. Until finally, after all this time, the two men stare at each other. And they share an embrace. Trick Mellow Gang. The Trick Mellow Gang is back together. Everyone is happy. It is a very, very, very happy end to this show. Hooray! Hooray. Oh, need to cut 3 minutes? No problem. Let's cut this down to just 3. No, actually, 2 minutes. And mind the last one. No, I like that one actually. Let this one go 2 minutes. That'll work. We got some analysis, some issues here. Nothing he can do about that. He is just going to have to deal with that. In the meantime, let's do some pre-show. Okay. Alright, so I think we've proven that Matt Cardona just does not have fit well with tag partners. So you're just going to be on job duty for the foreseeable future. Lose to Evil. Thank you. What else can I do? Otis and Cesaro having a match. I like it. Have them go up against Kit Wilson and The Miz. True masculinity. And you know what? We'll give Kit Wilson a win here. Because I don't know if he's won yet in this save. So yeah, give them a win for once. And for your last one for the night, what would be fun? Oh, Chad Gable versus, let's do, oh, Gable and Rusev. Oh, no, Gable and Black. Ooh. Oh, no. He's still injured. Right, I forgot. Not Black. Uh, him versus Ricky. I'll deal with that. Okay, actually, no, I don't like that either. And all right, let's just do a women's match instead. Sorry, Chad. I'll get you on the card next time. Wow, not many choices. Tippy Stratton, you can go up against Zelina and get a win there. That feels right to me. And that, my friends, is your show. Let's see what the SmackDown bringeth. 49. About even for Cardona and Evil. Once Evil gets up there, I think he'll do alright. 54 with this match. Good chemistry from both. 56. Tiffany and Selena had good chemistry. Love to see it. This one gets a 72. My goodness. My goodness. That is incredible to see. 62. Nice. That's just nice. If this were a heel, that's probably higher, but it is what it is. Oh my god, Ilya with a 79. That's insanity. 70 here. 56. Pretty nice. 55. 55, I like it. 22. Yeah. Neutral chemistry with Paul Heyman and the Los Wagner brothers. El Hijo with the 44. This did what it needed to do. 55. Uh-oh. We're losing them. That's not good. We cannot afford to lose the kids. Yep, I'm going to tell them to lift this crowd up. We need them for what's coming up. 78. 90 for Randy. The Dempsey and Lexus, they underperformed in this segment. Mainly because of popularity and whatnot. They'll get there with time. Alright. That won the crowd back on their side. That you like to see. Kyrie is 61. Oscar with the 75. Leading the way for this match. 40. 67. Okay, I dig it. 73 for this? Really? I'm impressed. Yeah. It's 50. It's Randy Orton and Angel. It's a 59. It was never going to be a classic. 75. Like it. 50. Oof. Ooh. That's what's rough. 60. A rare off day for Axiom. Poor guy. Oh well. 67. This did what it needed to do. That did it nice. That did a 52. This was chaos. Chaos the match. Fine by me. That got the crowd going too. 64. Mustafa Ali doing masterful improv. Love it. 65. Nice. 74. And with that, Trick, you are finally a babyface. Congratulations, my friend. This one gets us a 71. Okay. I might need to do something else regarding commentary because this cannot go on. Like, I can't have this go on. So I might have to have Corey Graves work 2 nights. It would not be ideal, but it's the best thing I can think of at this point. Like, I don't want to have to do this, but if it's gonna come down to it, it's gonna come down to it. That's just how it is. Alright, we'll see if there are any incidents that need to be taken care of. And then we will be all set. Just processing all the worker skills. Here come the incidents. Oh, well, Elring's retiring. What a shame. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Ah, a couple has split up. Thea Hale and Harlan Lewis have split up. That's a shame. Lyra Valkyria does not connect with the fans. You should probably write her off. So that's CM Punk saying this. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong about her not connecting. What does Finn say? Kiana James is going to be a star, in my opinion. She's worth pushing hard. Considering she just had that wild match with Julia, has that great star quality, I'm inclined to agree. I am inclined to agree. Jey Uso's contract is expiring. We cannot have that. At all. Here, stay for 5 years. We'll give you half your merchandise. Yeet. I hope he sticks around. That would not be good for us if he doesn't. Now, Dante Martin is looking to be extended. I don't know if we will be bringing him over to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Well, really, they would probably just go to NXT, but we will see. That will all be handled another day. For with that, we come to the end of another edition of this save. Next time around, we will handle the go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown on the road to Clash to Italy. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is Jacob Jones, signing out.